Honestly, this album really had nothing to do with the group. This is something that I've wanted to do, you know, ever since I was a really young boy. That's what this was about, and I thought if I don't do it now, then I'm never going to do it. I don't want to look back 10 years from now and say, why didn't I try? So that's what this was about. She's a sweetheart. She's a friend of mine, and that's kind of how this record came about. I was making the record. I played her some of the stuff. She really liked it. I wrote this particular song. After I finished the song, I realized that the hook itself in the song was from a girl's perspective, and so I called her up and I went and played her the song and asked her if she wanted to be a part of it, and she said yeah. So it wasn't really anything anybody had to think about. We just went in the studio together and recorded her part, and I'm so happy and so gracious that somebody who is such a superstar can be so humble and so sweet and still such a perfectionist. Because watching her work in the studio was like a breath of fresh air for me, because I'm such a perfectionist and I don't see a lot of people like that a lot. So she's class act. No, I don't think anybody's a lunatic for dreaming big. This may sound funny, and I'm not jumping in his corner just because he is my friend. I will honestly say that when I was 15 years old, I remember him having a conversation with me because we went down to Cape Canaveral, is it called, in Florida, to watch a shuttle launch. And he was like, man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could ride up to space. And I said, man, I don't even like flying on planes. So you're more of a man than me. I just think he found an opportunity to try it out. The last I heard, he was actually scheduling a launch for the next go-round, which I think is in April. Of course, I don't know. Maybe I'm involved with the rumor mill, too, as far as that goes. I'd have to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. But, yeah, I completely bless everything that's happening with all of my friends. You know, Joey on Broadway, Lance in Russia, you know, something that he wanted to do. It's a gift and it's a curse. I could talk about music all day. It's kind of hard for me to talk about my music because I kind of don't know how to classify it. After I've written it, I'm kind of removed from it. It is what it is. And to me, it's like a moment in time, because when I listen to it, I remember the moments that I wrote, the songs. As far as everything else, I want to get the record out there. I want people to know about it, so I do what comes along with it. I've never really given it that much thought, to be honest. To be compared to two legends, I grew up listening to both of these guys. So, first of all, it's flattering. And second of all, I think it's a no-brainer. I think when people hear the whole album, they'll see all of my inspirations, because people don't know it yet, but a huge, huge, huge inspiration for me was Stevie Wonder. And I think once people hear my voice in different venues, you know, they'll hear that Stevie influence also. All I can really say about being compared to somebody like that is flattering. It's just downright flattering. I don't feel any pressure to live up to anything, because to me, I feel like I'm my own person, and thanks. I think, honestly, I didn't really think too much about what the flavor of this album was gonna be. I just did what was in my heart, you know. I mean, you can definitely hear my inspirations, and there's many on the record, but this is just totally me. I didn't think about what should this sound like. It is what it is. This was probably one of my favorite situations for the album, because I knew that this was going to be an anticipated album. I knew that there was an audience out there who was going to anticipate this album, and I wanted to give somebody a chance. I know she has a deal by now. I talked to her manager the other day. My people talked to her manager the other day, because we keep in touch as best we can. And I know she's had meetings with record companies. I'm sure she has a deal by now. By the time this interview comes out, she'll have a deal. But at the time, she didn't. And I heard this girl's voice. I was in the studio working with Pharrell, and somebody came in and just played a song that she was working on with somebody, and I was blown away. I loved the sound of her voice. And then I said, I have to meet this girl. There's something about her character on the record that I just had to meet her. And when I met her, she just seemed so eager. And it was just, it was like a breath of fresh air for me. And so I said, you know, what a perfect opportunity for me to give somebody else a shot. I've been doing this. I'm only 21. I know there's things that I had to learn, but at the same time, I've been doing entertainment since I was 12, for almost 10 years now. And to see somebody who has such a talent, such a God-given talent, and was still so eager and ready to show it to the world, I just thought, why not give her that opportunity?